Midcentury versus Midcentury Modern. Midcentury versus Midcentury Modern. Midcentury versus Midcentury Modern. Here are the 4 differences between mid-century and mid-century modern furniture. Now, this may be a surprise to a lot of you out there, but they are, in fact, different. Now, quick, before I tell you the differences, I want to tell you the similarities. Both of these design styles came post-war. I know in the 1930s and 40s, there was something going on. Yeah, a war between what? You know, the whole world, world, whatever, crazy. And these came from that. Second similarity between these two, both of these design styles are timeless today. You can go and buy these and they have stood the test of time. And number 3, they use similar materials, which I'll tell you about a little bit later. But difference number 1, the design. Now, like I said, both of these design styles came post-war, but there were some differences between the design and the designers. Now, like I said, there was a crazy thing going on between 1930 and 1940, and that was the end of a war. But after the war concluded, a lot of people had a lot of time on their hands, and they were looking for innovative ways to not win wars, but to do with other things such as furniture. Now, in regards to mid-century modern furniture designers, they were looking for the extravagant. They wanted to create a type of style that was unique and innovative. So they did something that was different. They modeled their style after art. They not only wanted that function, but they wanted that form as well. And that thinking created some of the greatest pieces of furniture that many people say ever existed. Now, in contrast, mid-century had more of a utilitarian style. The designers wanted to make something super simple that a lot of people hadn't seen before. A lot of people were coming back from wars. They were buying houses. They were happy, and they wanted a different design style other than that older, antiquated, antique furniture type style. And so they were looking for clean, modern lines, similar to mid-century modern, but they wanted more of a utilitarian approach. They wanted something super simple that they can use, and out comes from the mid-century design style. So, differences. Mid-century was more form. It was very simple. It was very clean, very elegant, and it was utilitarian. Mid-century modern, it was a showstopper. They wanted something super different. They also wanted to use those clean lines, but they wanted to be over top. They wanted not only to have that form and function, and form, but they wanted to be an amazing pieces of artwork. Now, before I go any further, I want to urge you to stick to the end of the video, because not only will I tell you all the differences, I'll conclude, but I'll also tell you about where to buy some of these pieces of furniture, different brands to look for, and how you get a great deal on some of these timeless items. So please do me a favor, stick to the end of the video. Difference number 2 between mid-century and mid-century modern furniture is the materials. Now, like I said, mid-century was more the utilitarian style. It was a lot of the function. So the materials are reflected in the type of style. They use woods, they use metal, and they use leather. They wanted simple, elegant, clean lines, and they found that not only did these materials support that utilitarian vision of simple, clean lines, but they also look good as well. They utilize organic materials that captured the bill, and we can see a lot of mid-century pieces that are amazing staples in the design furniture community today. Now, in contrast, mid-century modern had to go a little further, and it decided, because of the shortage of material, not only were they going to invent the design style of mid-century modern, but they want to invent the furniture, the material making process, the manufacturing process of some of these furniture pieces. So they went away from the traditional materials, and they utilized more plywood, fiberglass, and molded plastics. The poster children for this innovation in manufacturing is Ray and Charles Eames. This iconic couple, this iconic mid-century modern couple, were the leaders in innovating the type of materials that were used in the mid-century modern period. They utilized plywoods in some of their chairs. They utilized the molded plastic, and they used the fiberglass. And these type of furniture innovations stood the test of time, and you can see some of these today. Now, mid-century and mid-century modern can be seen to use similar type of materials. That's why they often get mistaken today. But the type and the ways that they use these materials differed. Like I said, in Midcentury Modern, they utilized more of the plastics, the fiberglass, and they utilized plywood in comparison to Midcentury. Like I said, the utilitarian approach, they wanted to use what they know would work and would support the needs of the families during the time period. So they use more of the traditional woods, the metals, and the leathers. Still similar, still both really cool, but that's the differences in between the materials of Midcentury and Midcentury Modern. Now, before I show you difference number 3, please stick around to the end of the video. I really want to show you some of these cool pieces of furniture. I want to give you brands, and I want to give you places you can find these pieces of furniture, regardless if it's Midcentury or Midcentury Modern. And if you can, please leave a comment down below. Let me know if you're team Midcentury or Midcentury Modern. Difference number 3 between Midcentury and Midcentury Modern furniture is the shapes that they used. Now, I want to start with Midcentury. Like I keep telling you, Midcentury furniture had that utilitarian, useful, sleek, simple approach to it. So this is reflected in their type of shapes they use. Majority of their shapes were the rectangles, the squares, and the simple circles. And the materials also reflect the type of shapes they use. Like I said, they were all about simplicity and making it easier for these families desiring a new outlook on furniture design. Now, in regards to Midcentury Modern furniture, this was a little different because they did not go with the traditional route of simple, clean shapes. They did in a way, but they bumped it up a couple notches. Like I mentioned, Charles and Ray Eames were the innovators of different type of manufacturing ways to create furniture. And this was reflected in the type of shapes that they got out of their furniture. You can see the Nagoji table, the Eames lounger, the womb chair are all different, unique type of shapes that involves unique type of materials that is different between Midcentury and Midcentury Modern. Both cool pieces, but Midcentury has more of that simple, clean, elegant line and simple, clean shapes in regards to Midcentury Modern, who also has that clean and elegant shapes, but they took it up a notch. Difference number 4 between Midcentury and Midcentury Modern furniture, that is the function of each of these designs. I keep going back and forth between that utilitarian and that show-off kind of elegant approach, and that is the same in regards to the function. When people came home from the war, when people were done from the war, they wanted a different approach to furniture, but they also wanted furniture that would last, a simple, and is a test of time. And that's what they did on the Midcentury side. Not only was furniture different and unique, but it was useful. It was simple. There wasn't much to it. And that is what Midcentury people or families loved during that time period. Now, in regards to the usefulness of Midcentury Modern, similar story. There was some function for it, but a lot of it was form as well. Not only did they want the usefulness of clean and unique lines and something that was different and innovative for the furniture period, but they wanted art pieces. They wanted sculptural pieces. They wanted pieces they want to talk about, to come over and show people. And that was amazing to see in the Midcentury Modern design. And that was a difference between Midcentury and Midcentury Modern furniture. Now, before we go, I want to keep my promise and tell you some brands to look out for, and also where you can buy some of these pieces, both Midcentury and Midcentury Modern. In regards to Midcentury, brands to look out for: Bassett, Harmony House, Kent Coffee. These are amazing brands, amazing utilitarian brands that are really, really unique. Now, in regards to my Midcentury Modern lovers, some extravagant brands to look out for: Herman Miller, it's a really good brand. Paul McCobb, really good brand. If you're really, really trying to go over top, I would look at Broyhill, especially the Brasilia line. There you go. Now, places to look for these type of items, Midcentury and Midcentury Modern. I will say Midcentury tends to be a little bit cheaper in the price range, but hey, they're still amazing pieces of work. Well, that's basically almost 100 years old. Midcentury and Midcentury Modern, places to look for: thrift stores, estate sales, antique shops are your primary places you'll find these. If you're looking for your great, amazing deals, I would go to flea markets. That's a place that is probably underrated, but you can find some amazing deals. And if you're looking for that top-end premium items that you want to search, if you want a type of brand, if you want a type of designer, do me a favor and go to Cherish and First Dibs. Those are your places that you'll probably find some of your amazing stuff. But if you're looking at me and saying, hey, I appreciate you giving me the difference between the two, I appreciate you telling me where I can go and what brands to look out for, and you're looking for some design tips, please do me a favor, check out this video. I look at the design trends in the year 2024. You don't want to miss this because I include the mid-century modern and mid-century point of view on this. But like always, peace.